up YouTube? It's your boy Vic and C82 coming at you with a watch review today. Today we're going to be taking a look at this. This is the Norsk Sea Monster. I picked this up on eBay. It was listed at $59.99. I got it for a best offer price, which I won't say. But yeah, let's take a look at this and let's see if it's worth the value. So yeah, guys, here you have the Norsk Sea Monster. I think this is a pretty good looking watch. It feels pretty solid, you know, feels well built. I picked this up on eBay, like I mentioned. The name of the eBay store is called Norway Imports. The guy whose eBay store I got it off is actually the guy that designed the watch. His name is Brian. I forget his last name, starts with a U. But he has a YouTube video also that explains his inspiration behind this watch and why he designed it and all that stuff. Pretty interesting story. I will link it in the description of this video if you're interested in checking that out. I will also link the eBay store if you're interested in this watch. That will be in the description also. But just to give you a little bit of the backstory on it, Brian, even in the video, he admits that he loves the Seiko Monster, and that was you know, his inspiration in the design of this watch, which is very obviously, when you see it, you can see a lot of the Seiko Monster in this. But you know, this is way cheaper than a Seiko Monster. But does it mean that that's bad? No, not at all. Cheap doesn't always mean bad. You know, the watch has some shortfalls, but nothing outrageous. It's not a horrible thing. But you know, I was browsing eBay one night looking for a new watch, and not really necessarily looking for a new watch. I was just browsing, and I came across this, and I never heard of it before. So if you guys are like me, before you, like, you know, buy something, you do your research. So I started to research the watch, and I came across a lot of forums that were just bashing it. You know, oh, you know, it's a Seiko ripoff. It's just a cheap Seiko clone. Blah blah blah. You know. If you've been collecting watches and you've been following some channels and some groups and some forums, the watch community is just full of snobs. And I hate that, because everything isn't a ripoff. Everything isn't a clone. Sometimes people can afford to pull $300, $400, $500, even $100 on a watch, you know, let alone $1,000 to $10,000. And that seems to be the thing that I run into a lot, is a lot of people in the community, they look down on you. If you're not wearing $1,000 piece, you know, minimum, you're wearing garbage. And I don't agree with that. You know, I collect watches, but I'm a budget watch collector. And yeah, I have my expensive pieces that I did splurge on, but I'm not doing that all the time. I might buy an expensive watch once or twice a year, if that, maybe once every other year. But yeah, man, not everybody can afford to spend, you know, large amounts of money on watches. You know, some of us don't make that good YouTube money. Like I've said in my videos before, I'm a regular guy. I have a regular job. I have a house. I have a kid I got to take care of. I got car payments, you know. So spending $3,000 or $4,000 on a used Rolex, that's out of the question for me. No matter how I'll try to justify it, I just can never bring myself to pull the trigger. But let me not ramble, and let's get into the specs of this watch. So anyway, guys, there's no website for these, so you can't go online into like Norsk.com and buy this watch. I reached, you know, before I bought this watch, I reached out to the eBay store owner, who happens to be Brian, the guy that designed the watch. And, you know, I asked him a series of questions, and one thing he said, that he has no website. He's not trying to build a watch brand. So if you want this watch, you have to go directly into the eBay store and get it, which that's not a bad thing. The eBay store is actually pretty well laid out. And, you know, I'll throw in some shots here of the eBay store. And, you know, it gives pretty good details about the watch and all that. But, this uses a Citizen Quartz Miyota movement. It's a 2035 movement, 42 millimeter case, 20 millimeter lugs, 4 ATMs of water resistance. It has a screw down crown, you can see here. Screw down crown. It does have two pull-out positions. Now, when you pull it out, if you're familiar with Seikos, because that's what I did. I pulled it out to the first position. I went up, and that set my date. Now, when I try to go down, the day of the week itself, nothing was happening. So I couldn't figure that out. So I pulled it out to the second position, set my time, and I realized that's when the date was changing. So to set the date, I had to go out to the second position, like you're setting the time, get it to the right day of the week, then set my time. And that's how I did it. So first position only worked for the date. Second position, set your day of the week first, then set your time. And that's how I got it down. Unfortunately, this didn't come with an instruction manual, and on the eBay store itself, there's nothing there for instructions. It did come well packaged, and you'll see that here. Pretty decent packaging for what it is. A watch that was just designed by a guy and mass produced. I mean, I don't know how mass produced it is. And let me screw this back in. The bezel is unidirectional, pretty good clicks. It doesn't feel like a loose. Like some bezels will spin and they feel kind of overshot the 12 o'clock position. But yeah, a little back play, not much. It's not going to move, out of place. But it's a pretty satisfying clicking action on the bezel. Not doesn't feel loose or cheap or anything. But you could, when you look at the watch, I don't know how well it'll show on the camera, but like around here in this area, you can see where there's still some machining from the building process. Maybe that could be a little refined. I don't know if they're gonna make any more of these. But for what it is, I don't think this is a bad watch. I honestly don't. I forgot to mention it does have a screw down case back, so you do get a little water resistance in there. Me personally, I don't take watches like this swimming or anything like that. When I do activities like that, I have a Sunto core. That's been my go-to rough it up watch for a very long time. Suntos are awesome watches. So these I'll wear them and stuff, but I try to take care of my analog watches. So anyway, let me not get off topic. But like I said, the name of the store, Norway Imports, and you're pretty much dealing with Brian himself. Like I said, I messaged him back and forth. He seems like an honest guy. He wasn't trying to rip nobody off. He responded to me pretty quickly. He seems fair. He seems like a decent guy, seems trustworthy. So that's ultimately why I decided to pull the trigger. When I go on forums and I see a lot of negativity, all focused on the same thing about knocking the watch for being a ripoff and whatnot, I dismiss that stuff, because those people tend to come off snobby to me. So if you do decide to go after this watch, you will find the London model. There are other ones out there that I've seen, but not many, that say Sochi on the dial, at the bottom of the dial. It looks like the same exact watch. Maybe, I don't know which Olympic Games came first, London or Sochi. So yeah, some shortfalls, like I said. You can see some of the machining. This came with a really bad rubber strap. I mean, this thing was like super thick, super uncomfortable. Very hard and heavy. Like I could almost use it as a baton to knock people out. I put it on this nice NATO, which I think actually really pops with the blue on the dial. Really just changes up the look on it. Makes it more comfortable too. But yeah, don't. If you're interested in this watch, don't listen to these forums. Just go on your own gut feeling. Make your own judgment. Don't listen to what other people say. It's been accurate too, telling the time, and you can see a little bit of the loom there, which I will get a full loom shot. But the second hand for the most part was hitting the indices. You can see here. I haven't really had to reset it. I haven't had issues with it being on its accuracy. I think it's been a great watch. So, like I said, with that said, make your own judgment. If you're interested in this, I will be linking it in the description to the eBay store. I will be linking the YouTube video if you're interested in the backstory of it. And make your own judgments. So yeah, let me give you my final thoughts. So overall, guys, the Norsk Sea Monster, I think it's a decent watch for the price you pay for it. I think you could do a lot worse. There's crappier watches out there than this one, and not to say that it's crap. I don't think it's crap. I think it's a decent watch. And if you're a budget-minded watch collector like myself, then you know I think it's one worth adding to your collection. It's not bad. It really isn't. It's decent. It works decent. Keeps a pretty accurate time, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. You know, I don't see it as a fake Seiko or anything like that. It is what it is. It's a Norsk Sea Monster, in homage, if you will. But anyway, this has been my review on this. You know, these are all my own personal opinions of it. You know, if you don't like it, don't buy it. It's your money. Do what you want. You know, I always say that. I always stress that out in these videos. But with that said, guys, I hope everyone out there is staying safe. You know, take care of yourselves, take care of each other and your friends, family. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Hey YouTube, it's your boy Vic NYC82. If you like my videos, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little warning bell so you know every time I put a new video up. Peace.